Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Mavs Lakers preview, LeBron still defies time, DOE wears LA colors. And that's a good thing. Jason Kidd isn't too worried about the Mavericks' heart. He knows it's not a problem. But right now, as his team begins a 4-game stay for what he hopes will be a home-cooked meal at the American Airlines Center, the Mavericks coach is more concerned about health. Improvements in that department would make everything better. The Mavericks will face LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers for the first time this season on Tuesday night in an early game, 6:30 p.m. It's the first of 2 regular season visits to Dallas for the Lakers. However, the second game is on April 9th and will be the second night of back-to-back games and the third game in 4 days for the Lakers. In this age of injuries for anyone, but especially for older players, the MFFL needs to be aware of the possibility that this could be James' last trip to the AAC, though a playoff run is always possible. Or James could go on for another 5 years, based on how well he's been playing just days after his 40th birthday. James continues to defy father time, averaging 24 points, 8.9 assists and 7.6 rebounds while shooting 39% from three-point range. Those numbers would be sensational for anyone in their 30s. At 40, they're nothing short of otherworldly. And he's been as healthy as any superstar so far, having missed just 3 games this season as it nears its halfway point. Plus, the Lakers' other standout player, Anthony Davis, has missed just 2 games and is actually outpacing James with 26 points and 11.8 rebounds per game. The Mavericks? They knew they'd be without Luka Doncic until sometime later this month with a left calf injury, and now Kyrie Irving, lower back sprain, is out for an unspecified amount of time. Complicating matters is the ankle sprained by center Daniel Gafford, who suffered in Memphis in the Mavericks' 119-104 loss to the Grizzlies. He's expected to be out for a while. Going into battle without that kind of firepower is tough in the NBA. But no one is going to feel sorry for the Mavericks. The best advice they can get is to try to take care of business when they can. They have 8 of their next 11 games at home. And several lottery-bound teams dot the upcoming schedule. Win the games they're supposed to, and they won't lose touch with the Western Conference leaders. And they know they have a championship-caliber team if they can get everyone healthy and playing well before the playoffs. That said, they could use some TLC from the injury gods. 3 best DAngelo Russell destinations if Nets move on after Lakers trade. The Los Angeles Lakers, after much ado, finally decided to trade away DAngelo Russell, sending him to another former team of his in the Brooklyn Nets in a deal that brought them back Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. Russell simply did not fit on the Lakers squad anymore amid Austin Reeves' continued emergence, which pushed the 28-year-old guard to a limited role off the bench. Russell, however, could still be quite the helpful piece for a contending team, provided, of course, that he doesn't play too big of a role. He can still make plays off the dribble, and for all of his flaws on the defensive end, he can still space the floor, as evidenced by his career 36.8% shooting from beyond the arc. He's currently at 32.8%, however, on the season. It doesn't look like Russell is long for the Nets anyway. The Nets are playing for nothing but lottery balls come season's end, and Russell, who is in the final year of his deal, will be worth more to a team looking to win ball games. Alas, he's in the final year of his contract as well, so it's not as if his value will be through the roof, which means that the Nets may not get much from shopping him on the trade market. Thus, a buyout could be in store for Russell, although he will be prohibited from signing with a team that's currently above the first or second apron, which is something important to note in thought exercises like these. With that said, here are 3 teams that could benefit from adding Russell should he secure a buyout from the Nets. 3. Sacramento Kings. The last thing this Kings team needs is another subpar defender, but a team with limited trade assets available to them cannot afford to be too choosy. Sacramento needs depth, and DAngelo Russell certainly fits on the team should they decide to go all in on a hyper-offensive approach. Backcourt depth isn't exactly a pressing area of need for the Kings. But among those currently below the first tax apron, they are one of the teams that are in need of a boost to rescue their season. Now, Russell won't be playing a huge role at all for the Kings. He is an iffy fit at best in lineups with De'Aaron Fox and DeMar DeRozan. If anything, the 28-year-old combo guard will be helming the second unit. 2. Orlando Magic. The Magic have been doing an admirable job in keeping themselves afloat throughout the 2024-25 season, despite missing Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner for a sizable chunk of the campaign. Jalen Suggs has also dealt with a few injuries here and there, and overall, it's amazing that Orlando has managed a 21-15 record, good for fourth in the East, even though scoring the basketball remains a huge struggle for the team. Now, DAngelo Russell isn't exactly someone who will be coming in as a huge piece for the Magic in this hypothetical scenario. When Orlando gets everyone back from injuries, Russell won't be playing a huge role. He's a bit superfluous with Cole Anthony around as well. But in case the Magic decide to sacrifice some of their depth in a blockbuster trade for a star, signing Russell to fill the role of primary backup point guard would do wonders for the team's offensive production. They have the defenders anyway to help cover for whatever deficiencies Russell has on that end of the floor, and for the amount that it will take to sign him off the buyout market, bringing in someone who can catch fire at any given moment without having the pressure of producing every night will be a major boon. 1. Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers have managed to turn someone who's been discarded by the Lakers into a valuable, long-term contributor in the past. Can they strike twice if DAngelo Russell ends up in free agency via buyout? There is a bit of a struggle for the Clippers to create offense whenever James Harden takes a breather, and there is an overall lack of playmaking shot creators on the team. Russell would give the Clippers quite the capable backup behind Harden, a huge upgrade over Kevin Porter Jr., who, despite having his moments, has struggled shooting the basketball all season long. Russell could also fit in lineups alongside Harden, the recently returned Kawhi Leonard, and Norman Powell in hyper-offense units. The Clippers' offense ranks 23rd in points scored per 100 possessions, and adding Russell should at least give them a higher offensive floor on a game-to-game basis. Lakers are showing trade interest in Bulls veteran. Over the weekend, there was a report saying the Los Angeles Lakers might not be making any more major moves after trading for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton recently. General Manager Rob Pelinka could choose to sit and see what this new-look Lakers team can do. But Evan Sidery is reporting the Lakers have recently checked in with the Chicago Bulls about Nikola Vucevic. Sidery wrote, Los Angeles is calling around attempting to find a center upgrade, which also includes Robert Williams and Jonas Valanciunas. For 2024-25, Vucevic is averaging 20.4 points and 10.1 rebounds on 55.8% from the field. It looks like he would definitely be the sort of frontcourt help the Lakers have been wanting for some time. Even though they have one of the best big men in the league, Anthony Davis, the Lakers are still lacking when it comes to centers. If they traded for Vucevic, they could have a well-rounded roster with a chance of going far in the playoffs. With that being said, they might have to give up a lot to get Vucevic. The Bulls will likely demand a lot in a trade for him, especially since there are multiple teams interested in his skills. The Lakers have been clinging to their future draft picks, but if they really want Vucevic, they may need to give them up. Is Vucevic the answer to all of LA's problems? The idea of him playing alongside Davis is definitely tantalizing for Lakers fans, but they aren't entirely sure if the front office can make a deal happen. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Nikola Vucevic? Leave your opinion in the comments.